Alright, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be going over the most valuable banners in all of Dokkan history with both of the Dokkan Festival 9th year anniversary banners. Obviously we got the Broly's banner, and then over here we got Beast Gohan's banner. We're going to go over Broly's banners first, and then we'll get into the Beast Gohan's banner, but both of their banners. Dude, save, please. Golden Week's starting to wrap up. I'd say the main challenge for summoning is already over with. We got the part 1 Golden Week units. Those banners are probably the most valuable banners we're going to get before anniversary. So for the next like 2 months while we're waiting for anniversary, just save. None of the banners are really going to be that good. What are we going to get? Like Topo or Frieza? I mean, I guess they're good, but their banners aren't. So definitely just skip everything. Save for anniversary because, well, I'm about to show you. So on the Broly's banner, this is the part 1 unit. So we're going to get LR Broly and then LR Gogeta, but LR Gogeta, I mean, he's alright. He's good. I don't want to say he's alright. He's pretty damn good, but his banner isn't as insane as the Broly's, and also, I'm pretty sure Broly's better than Gogeta, so it would just make more sense to summon on Broly's banner if you're just looking at it objectively from which banner has more value, but of course, if you're a Gogeta fan, whatever, summon for Gogeta, but Broly's banner, yeah, man, really insane. You can see here, we got the new Broly, which I got him pulled up here. There's a lot of units that I pulled up for this video. I mean, we're not going to talk about them too much because they're just good, right? Like, I don't want to sit here and waste your time. They're just really good. This Broly right here, guaranteed guard. So many things going on in this kit. You know, raising defense for multiple turns, stacking attack. And that's before the transformation. Once you transform with him, you still got guaranteed guard. You got damage reduction going on. There's crits. You get a ton of stats on supers. And then you've got the domain right here, which is always just a nice little addition. So definitely a lot of work this guy's going to be putting in, especially for Extreme Class. I mean, you look at his teams, it's not as good as like a Frieza or something like that, but movie bosses, Full Power does have a pretty solid Extreme Class side, so if you want to run the Broly to really complement that, that definitely would work. There's Exploding Rage, where is it, Super Bosses, and those are the main like Extreme Class teams, I guess, that he's kind of buffing, even though Exploding Rage does have a lot of Super Class options, but I mean, you see what I'm saying. There's a few teams, more specifically movie bosses and super bosses, that really needed the help that this guy is a great addition to, especially, you know, super bosses because he leads it. So definitely a good addition to just your box in general with the LR Broly. Also, you know, he's one of the best units in the game, so there's that. And then, you know, just a lot of other really good options. I mean, yeah, I guess we can talk about this Golden Frieza right here. For a banner unit, really good. Not on the level as anyone else on this banner. Well, he might be better than like physical Broly, but not on the level of some of these LRs. But still a really good unit in his own right. He's on some really weak teams. You know, we're talking movie bosses, Full Power, Wicked Bloodline, Dragon Ball Seekers, Terrifying Conquerors, Target Goku, Revenge, Inhuman Deeds, Sworn Enemies, Super Bosses, Master Evolution. All these teams which could use a pretty good unit like this, especially because he's a support. He's supporting Super Bosses for 2 key and 60% attack, and then 30% defense. So that's a pretty good support. You'll definitely notice a difference between the unit's performance with and without this right here. His stats aren't going to be that good, if I'm just being completely honest with you. This isn't really that high of a buff, especially just for a normal TUR. But he's getting 50% attack and defense on super, and you got damage reduction here. I think this guy can get up to 80% damage reduction, and it does wear off as the fight goes on, but still, even after everything's said and done, you can get, I think, 60% damage reduction if you've got another Super Bosses category ally with this guy. And then also you need to get 3 Key Spheres, which isn't going to be that difficult to get. So with the right setup, which, again, isn't going to be that difficult to get, this guy is going to be looking pretty impressive. I would just say put him in slot 2 and 3, just to be safe. Because like I mentioned beforehand, his defense might be a little bit lower, so then getting the extra stats from his super attack effect will just be a little reassuring, especially with additionals. But yeah, Golden Frieza, pretty good banner unit. Next up, we got LR Zamasu. I mean, you want to talk about extreme class buffs. Yeah, this guy is massively helping pretty much every extreme class team just because he leads extreme class for 150% the stats. He's also leading Worldwide Chaos, which a lot of good extreme class units on there. He's got great super attack effects, a great kit, tons of damage reduction, tons of stats because obviously he's an LR. So when you're getting, you know, all this damage reduction, all these stat buffs, you got 50% here, you got 50% here, you got 40% damage reduction here, you're building up 150% to defense, you got 50% defense here, you got 100% to stats here, and then all the damage reduction going around, all the built-in key, additionals, crits, all that. You know, it does start to get pretty crazy, pretty quick. This guy's just a great unit all around. Like I said, good super attack effects, good passive. He's got the infinite Zamasu transformation as well, which makes him literally untouchable. Then also, he becomes a support for Worldwide Chaos, which, like I said, a lot of the best Extreme Class units are on that category. So you're supporting them, you're orb changing, you're doing some crazy damage, and you're not taking any damage. So you can't really go wrong with this guy. He's got big bad bosses, and he's just going to be an amazing addition to a lot of these Extreme Class teams. So yeah, LR Zamasu, absolutely great. And then finally, I did want to talk about the Blue Goku and Vegeta. So they are featured on this banner at the bottom. Now, if you pull them day one when they're featured on the banner, they're not going to be that great because they don't have their Easy A yet, but they do Easy A during the 9th year anniversary. And yeah, they're good with their Easy A. They're pretty damn good. You can see here, amazing super attack effects, 50% the stats on 12 key, 100% on 18 key. So it's 100% to attack and defense. And then the additionals give you 50%. So if you're getting multiple supers, which most of the time you are going to be getting that with these guys, yeah, their defense and their attack is going to skyrocket. So definitely put them in slot 2 and 3. I would say that's probably kind of the best spot for them, just so you can really capitalize on these super attack effects. And then, you know, yeah, just really good. I mean, we're talking damage reduction, additionals, crits, really high stats as well. They also get stats per key sphere obtained. Even though 7% is a little low, you got to keep in mind they have a start of turn attack and defense buff. So even though it's 7% the stats per key sphere obtained, that's still going to make a pretty substantial difference in the end. And then they get the damage reduction, they get the additionals and all that per rainbow key sphere. So, I mean, it can be kind of difficult if maybe you just don't get lucky with rainbow key spheres, but yeah, you know, they're rainbow orb changing. So you got that going on as well. I mean, just a great unit all around. You also have this one turn of 70% damage reduction where you're basically guaranteed to take no damage. You also have their active skill turn. Granted, you lose 50% defense for one turn, but with all the additionals they're doing, and then with the extra, you know, 70% attack and then guaranteed 24 key super, you're probably just going to kill the enemy in that turn anyway. So don't really think it matters too much that you're losing this defense, but it's still worth pointing out because if you do end up taking a few attacks, they might take some damage because, well, your defense is literally getting cut in half, right? But overall, a great unit, a great Easy A, and it just makes this banner that much better. Like, this is almost the must summon. I would say if it wasn't for the Beast Gohan banner in part 2, you'd have to dip all your stones in this banner. But speaking of, yeah, his banner, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I would say Broly's banner has some better options, but mainly just because Beast Gohan and then these two guys right here. I mean, if you guys aren't aware, the 6-year anniversary LR's got their Easy A, and they are just insane. Like, insane. There's kind of like a new tier on like a lot of these tier lists, and it's basically Beast Gohan, UI Goku, and then Evolution Blue Vegeta. I mean, the other units on the banner, they're good, right? The Banda unit, Krillin and 18, just about as good as Golden Frieza. Yeah, Blue Boys can be pretty good, especially once you fuse into Vegito. Actually, Vegito is really good. We've got the GT duo, still really good. Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta can put in a little bit of work. GT Monkeys can put in a little bit of work. Go Bros can put in some decent damage. And then Physical Piccolo can be pretty good, obviously, because he's stacking and has that damage reduction. But like I said, man, Beast Gohan, UI Goku, and Evolution Blue Vegeta. I mean, if you don't have any of the 6-year anniversary LRs, buy them with red coins. I'm not asking, I'm kind of telling you, just because they are absolutely insane. UI Goku's basically dodging every attack. He gets more than a 70% chance to dodge in the first turn you have him. He's got guaranteed dodge. And then Evolution Blue Vegeta, insane damage reduction, guaranteed guard turn 1, great super attack effects. He's supporting as well, which I think the UI Goku's doing. Yeah, he's doing the same thing. So these guys are supports, technically. They're building up to some crazy stats. And, of course, just to have insane mechanics built into their kit. You know, you got guard with the Vegeta. You've got crazy damage reduction, 50%. And I'm pretty sure it can go up to 80%. Yeah, but obviously that resets every turn. But 50% is still a really good number just to have right off the bat every turn. His stats are going to be really high because he's got good stat buffs. So that combined with guard, damage reduction, crits, additionals, and a revive, and good super attack effects, you don't really get better with that, man. And UI Goku's basically got the same thing, but replaced the 50% damage reduction with a 70% chance to dodge. And then also, pretty sure it just goes up. Like, you can get an additional 7% chance to dodge. Yeah, with every attack evaded. And also, I don't think it's a great chance. Yeah, he's got a 77% chance to dodge. So, this is what I'm saying, man. They just had to make him that little bit extra crazy. So, great units. Summon, buy them with red coins, whatever. Do your thing. Just make sure you pull them. Because pretty much all of their teams, if you're running one of them, you bring these guys. It's just that simple. Also, they link very well together. So, if you want to run them as a rotation, I don't think there's any difficult event that's going to be able to put up even a fight towards them. They're just that crazy. So, 6-year anniversary LR is really good. But Beast Gohan, I'm pretty sure he's just better than both of them. I think it's only by a bit, but yeah, I mean, Beast Gohan's just as crazy. Like I said, he's on their level. He's getting damage reduction, a ton of stats in here. He's got his active skill, which, by the way, really good active skill. 158% to defense and 24 key, and his damage is already good, so you know, when you're getting a 24 key super, you're going to be doing a ton of damage on this turn, and his defense is going to be absolutely insane because this little buff right here. I mean, yeah, Beast Gohan, he's just good. There's not really much else to say, right? He's just really impressive, especially if you want to run him next to Orange Piccolo, get his unit super attack, and then you'd have a pretty good rotation there. So, Beast Gohan's banner, really good. I would say overall, it's probably just as valuable as Broly's banner, but the highs on this banner are much higher than the highs on Broly's banner. So, you know, 6-year anniversary LRs and Beast Gohan. No one on Broly's banner is on that level, but also you got Go Bros, you got Physical Piccolo down here, which, I mean, these options are a little bit better. Mainly the Blue Goku and Vegeta. Broly isn't really that good, but that's what I'm saying. Overall, the banners are pretty much the same in terms of value, but I don't know, man. These three options right here, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I would say if you really want to, I guess, just go balls to the wall with one banner, probably do Beast Gohan's banner, but it's really, really close because Broly's banner, again, still has a ton of value. So anyway, that has been the video. Let me know which banner, which Dokkan Fest banner, more specifically, you're saving your stones for the 9th year anniversary, obviously, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.